I'm happy to have in studio this morning, from candidate to commission chair, Kevin Shutty. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Jeff. Good to be with you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. You are the newest member of the Mason County Commission, and at the meeting last week, the other two voted you in to be the commission chair. That's exciting. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's quite an honor when your colleagues put you up to chair the commission for your first year. So
yeah,
that's kind of a neat thing to it's kind of sink or swim.
Pretty much. You'll get to learn the Robert's rules real quick, I'd imagine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a busy week last week. You got you in and voted in, and additionally, we had kind of some legislative send-offs as our 35th District reps are going to be heading off to Olympia to start the session today. So talk to me about how the week has been and what you guys have been working on.
Yeah, so the first week, it's it is an elected position, but it's a job like a lot of others. So your first week is spent trying to figure out where the bathroom is, where the parking spaces are, and doing a lot of the HR and IT stuff that most people are accustomed to when they start a job. But last week, I really made an effort to get out and introduce myself to the county staff and employees. Great people doing a really good job, and I think when you talk to anybody in local government or even on up to state government, when we're kind of still coming out of the recession and some tough budget times, and just people doing a great job with limited resources, and so I think it's part of my job, part of my responsibility to get out and say, hey, thank you for what you do. Going forward, I got your back. If you need anything, we're in this together, and how can we provide the best services to the people in Mason County? And so that's how I spent most of last week. In the office a little bit, but out and visiting other county offices and meeting with their department heads and electeds and that kind of thing. So kind of gives you a firsthand look at what the day-to-day operations of the county are. And I think if I'm going to be a good, responsible manager and commissioner for the county, then I need to know how things work from the bottom up. So,
what are some of the things that you've already started to hear from your constituents now in the county of things that they'd like to see the county enact or move forward on, things like that?
Well, people are still concerned about revenue and how we're going to be able to provide services. And so, we're going to continue to look for efficiencies in the budget, and sometimes that's going to take, having a realistic look at what revenues are coming in, and how we can make sure that taxpayers are protected and know that their dollars are going as far as we can take them. And it's also going to take some investment in some of our county, especially in terms of technology, our infrastructure there. To make sure that we have our county employees using the best tools and resources so that they can do their job more efficiently and effectively. That's something that came up a lot throughout the campaign, and as I kind of get out and about now, that's something that still comes out. So I think as we do that, we'll have an opportunity to maybe look for some grant funding and some alternative sources of money, so we don't have to keep going back to the taxpayers and saying, hey, we want more, open up your wallet. So we have to be creative in how we find funding sources for those things.
I think we talked about this a little bit, some of the ways we're kind of automating or digitizing online requests for things that you go to the website, the county website.
Yeah, I think a couple good examples from this week have been, first in the planning department, it'd be great to improve our online presence there, and maybe work towards some paperless permitting and really strengthen that process, make it a lot more customer friendly. And then even as we get into our court system, we still do everything on paper forms, and so kind of limits it takes a lot of time. And then also it takes up a lot of space. So we have people that are working in tight quarters, surrounded by boxes and files and things like that. So where and when we can find ways to improve that, I think that's one of the areas that we can really improve efficiency in county government and make those processes work a lot faster for the Mason County resident.
What are some of the things that you implored the legislators, State Senator Sheldon and 35th District Reps Drew McEwen and Dan Griffey, when they head to Olympia today to start the session? Hopefully 105 days.
Right.
We'll get a sense later on as how that's going to actually shake out. But what are some of the things that you said, hey, remember us here. Remember we travel a lot in the county. If you're thinking about the gas tax kind of stuff, then by mile, or what were some of the things you talked about?
Well, there are a few, I think, hot topic issues that they're going to be taking on. Obviously, a lot of their focus is going to be on the McCleary K-12 funding. I do think that they'll be able to find a solution to that. But on terms of some local issues, transportation always a hot topic. So we need to make sure that we continue to move forward with the Belfair bypass in the north end of the county. Look at the Simmons Road Taylor exchange down here off of 101. Make sure that we continue to get those projects moving forward. So I'll really be working with them on that in order to make sure that funding is there, and that people here have been and will continue to be paying into the gas tax, into the transportation package that was voted on a couple sessions ago. So it's high time that they see a return on their tax dollars for those projects. One of the other issues that's kind of popped up here in the past several months has been the Hearst decision from the Supreme Court, which, to make a Supreme Court case simplified, would really limit our ability in rural counties to permit for wells. And as you know, with any kind of development, water is a huge asset and resource, and so we're going to be working with our legislators. I know that's going to be a push statewide from rural counties like Mason in order to get a legislative solution to that ruling, so that it doesn't inhibit our ability to permit and grow here in Mason County and in other places. So those are the things that I'll be looking for to work on with our legislators. And I know, sort of the county commission gets ramped up. We had the holiday week last week. This is going to be a good full week together that we'll be able to start putting together a legislative agenda and really start seeing what bills are introduced. And what things that we think would benefit us here in Mason County.
So then again, we've got the commissioners meeting weekly, and you're more than welcome, folks in the public, to come and watch these commissioner meetings. They're open to the public unless it's like a special session or things like that. So again, let us know when they can come and how we can get in touch with you on a more one-on-one basis.
Yeah, so Mondays we have our weekly briefing on Monday, so the public is more than welcome to join us for those. I encourage you to come down. That's a lot of the nuts and bolts work of the county commission when we get to meet with our staff and go over some of the issues that we're working on. Tuesday mornings, 9 a.m., by and large, are a weekly commission meeting. So I encourage people to attend those. I think those are a good opportunity to see how the business of the county is conducted. But always feel free. Shoot me an email. Call me. Or if you're in town, pop in and say hi. I am here full time, and so I encourage everybody in Mason County to stop in and share their concerns or questions or comments with me. I'm more than happy to listen and help if I can.
The chair for the 2017 Mason County Commission, Kevin Shutty, congratulations again. And
thank you.
Happy New Year, and we look forward to talking with you a lot this year.
Same. Happy New Year.
Do you know you have access to the fastest internet in Washington State? Switch to iFiber Communications right now and take advantage of our special offers. Pay only $29.95 for 100 megabit high-speed internet, or get 3 months of internet absolutely free. That's right, $29.95 for 100 megabit speeds or 3 months of internet free. Shop, stream, and game like never before with iFiber Communications high-speed internet. Call 360-427-4000 or check us online at ifiber.tv. Subject to credit approval, valid on a 24-month contract.